Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India, India's voice to the world. This is Sports Pass with me, Deepika Mehto, and coming up in the next half an hour. In a first, World Athletics announces prize money for track and field gold medalists at the upcoming Paris Olympics 2024, breaks 128 years old Olympic tradition. In IPL, Rashid and Tewatia seal famous victory for Gujarat Titans. Shubman Gill becomes the second fastest Indian to score 3,000 IPL runs. Tonight, Mumbai Indians to face Royal Challengers Bengaluru. In UEFA Champions League, Rapinoe's praise helped Barcelona beat Paris Saint-Germain by 3-2 in first leg. In another clash, Atletico Madrid takes narrow lead over Borussia Dortmund. And at Candidates Chess Tournament 2024, India's D. Gukesh stays on top of the standings with 4 points. Vidit Pragnananda also registers victory. So those were the top headlines of the hour that we are tracing for all our viewers here on Sports Buzz. And now to begin with the most buzzing news from the world of sports. In a historic decision, athletics now becomes the first sport in Olympics to introduce prize money to 48 gold medalists in Paris. A prize amount of $50,000 will be given to athletics winners. Let's take a look at this report that tells you all about the latest announcement.
Athletics will become the first sport to introduce prize money at the Olympics, with World Athletics saying it would pay $50,000 to 48 gold medalists in Paris. The move is a symbolic break with the amateur past of the Olympics in one of the Games' most watched events. In the modern Olympics, which started in 1896 in Athens, athletes have never received prize money from the International Olympic Committee. World Athletics President Sebastian Coe said the idea sits firmly with athletes' financial health and vibrancy.
We have always been clear that where possible, we would always try to enhance the prize money pot. We have an event in 2026, which we also want to be able to leverage off the back, and we've increased the prize dramatically, prize money pot there. So look, I see this sitting firmly behind the principle and philosophy that where possible, the athletes have got to see a correlation between a sport that is financially growing and their own financial health and vibrancy.
A total of $540 million was allocated to the 28 sports at the Tokyo Games, with World Athletics receiving the most at $40 million. Norway's Olympic 400-meter hurdles champion Karsten Warholm welcomed the news.
I think it's good as a professional sport that athletics is growing more and more into that is very good. So I want to salute them for it. To me, it doesn't change my motivation to win, because for the Olympics I'm not in it for the money. But when it comes to the sport, when it comes to build a professional sport, I think it's going in the right direction. But it doesn't change my motivation. To me, the gold medal is worth a lot more to me personally.
The decision by World Athletics breaks 128 years of Olympic tradition. Olympic silver and bronze medalists in athletics will also receive prize money from the 2028 Los Angeles Games, with more details to be announced at a later date. Sports Desk, DD India.
Star javelin thrower Neeraj Chopra praised World Athletics' decision to award $50,000 to all gold medalists in the Paris Olympic Games. Speaking during an online interaction, Neeraj Chopra emphasized the importance of financial support for athletes, highlighting the role it plays in sustaining their careers and also ensuring their families' well-being.
स्पोर्ट की तो एथलेटिक्स में मनी वाइज उतना ज्यादा नहीं है जितना मतलब बाकी अदर स्पोर्ट में, आप टेनिस में, फुटबॉल में या क्रिकेट में, बाकी स्पोर्ट में देखोगे शायद से एथलेटिक्स में उसके हिसाब से उतना नहीं है, लेकिन फिर भी बहुत अच्छा लगता है कि हाँ यार कुछ मिल रहा है, क्योंकि पूरा साल मेहनत करते हैं, कुछ तो होना चाहिए। सभी इन द एंड सभी वही सोचते हैं कि यार हम मेहनत कर रहे हैं, हम हमारी फैमिली को खुश रख सकें और जो भी है लाइफ अच्छी चले, कुछ हमको अच्छा लगता है हम खरीद सकें, अच्छे से रह सकें, अच्छा पहन सके, कुछ एक आधे शौक पूरे कर सके। तो वही है, थोड़ा बहुत वो चीज हो जाती है और काफी हेल्प मिलती है। और उसके बाद थोड़ी एक फैमिली की जो स्टेबल होने की टेंशन है वो कम हो जाती है, क्योंकि हाँ वही है, पैसा भी जरूरी होता है लाइफ में आगे जीने के लिए।
Moving on now, let's get you all the latest from Indian Premier League. Well, Mumbai Indians will take on Royal Challengers Bengaluru in the 25th match of Indian Premier League 2024. And the match will happen on the home ground of Mumbai. Well, after losing their first 3 matches, they had their first victory on Sunday, defeating Delhi Capitals. A contest against a floundering Royal Challengers Bengaluru could bring about their second victory on the trot and some further boost in confidence. On the other hand, RCB is not having results in their favour, and the Faf du Plessis-led side is coming off 3 straight losses, 2 of which came at their home ground. Having the best of batters on their side, the bowling has been the issue. In the 32 matches played between both the sides, Mumbai has won 18 games, while Bengaluru have won 14 games. Meanwhile, Gujarat Titans beat Rajasthan Royals on Wednesday with a narrow 3-wicket victory. The victory also halted Rajasthan Royals' 4-match winning streak and prevented the Titans from suffering a third consecutive defeat. Rajasthan was asked to bat first and posted a commanding total of 196 for a loss of 3 wickets. Meanwhile, Gujarat Titans commenced their chase cautiously with a run late lagging behind the required pace. Captain Shubman Gill smashed a resilient half-century before Chahal removed him on 72. However, Gujarat Titans Rashid Khan and Rahul Tewatia played a stunning inning, with Rashid Khan's decisive boundary off the final ball sealing the last ball thriller. More on IPL. Rajasthan Royals skipper Sanju Samson has been fined 1.2 million rupees after his team maintained a slow over rate during the Indian Premier League match against Gujarat Titans in Jaipur. The Royals' 4-match winning streak was broken by Shubman Gill-led Gujarat Titans, who won the match by 3 wickets in a last ball thriller on Wednesday. The IPL said in a statement, and I quote their statement here, Sanju Samson, the Rajasthan Royals captain, has been fined after his team maintained a slow over rate during their Premier League match against Gujarat Titans in Jaipur. Unquote. Australian spinner Adam Zampa said he withdrew from the IPL because he felt drained after last year's heavy scheduling. And he also wanted to be rested ahead of the upcoming T20 Cricket World Cup, which is all set to take place in the month of June in USA and West Indies. Well, Zampa turned out for the Rajasthan Royals in the IPL last year and also played a key role in Australia's triumph at the 50 overs World Cup in India. He was due to play for the Royals again this season, but withdrew last month. Adam Zampa competed with spinners Yuzvendra Chahal and Ravichandran Ashwin for a place in Rajasthan's squad last season and played just 6 matches. Moving on in sports buzz, now let's get you updates from the world of chess. At Candidates 2024 tournament, India's R. Pragnananda and Vidit Gujarati scored full points in round number 6 of the ongoing Candidates tournament. Pragnananda inflicted a second consecutive defeat on Nijat Abbasov, while Vidit got the better of an overly daring Alireza. The remaining 2 games ended in a draw, which leaves D. Gukesh and Ian Nepomucci still tied for first place in the standings. With this, R. Pragnananda now stands half a point back with as many points as Fabiano Caruana. Now, in Thursday's 7th round, the co-leaders Gukesh and Nepomucci will both play with the black pieces against the ever-dangerous Firoza and Hikaru Nakamura, respectively. Moving on to badminton courts now. 2-time Olympic medalist PV Sindhu is all set to take on 6th-seeded Chinese Han Hu for a place in the pre-quarterfinal round of the ongoing Badminton Asian Championship 2024. Earlier on Wednesday, PV Sindhu came from behind to beat Malaysia's Guo Chen V by 18-21, 21-14 and 21-19 in a hard-fought first-round match. In the decider, PV Sindhu initially struggled to maintain her form, allowing her opponent to take the lead. However, she gradually found her rhythm and mounted a comeback, showcasing her trademark cross-court smash to narrow the gap. In men's singles category, Indian shuttler H.S. Pranoy sets up a second-round clash with Chinese Taipei's Lin Chunyi. Earlier, a valiant Pranoy rallied his way to a morale-boosting 3-game victory over China's Lu Guangzu. World number 9 H.S. Pranoy showed exemplary mental fortitude as he battled for 90 minutes before prevailing by 17-21, 23-21, 23-21 over Lu. On to hockey field now. In hockey, despite an improved performance, India went down to host Australia by 1-2 in the third match of the 5-match Test series in Perth on Wednesday. Well, India kept Australia at bay for large parts of the match, but eventually the hosts turned it around. It was a tight first half, and India's goalkeeper P.R. Srijesh and Krishnan Pathak made crucial saves to keep the team goalless at half-time. In the third quarter, India took the lead against the run of play, but Australia soon hit back with goals in quarters 3 and 4 to close the match. Despite the loss, Srijesh was named the player of the match for some sensational saves. Australia currently leads the series by 3-0. India lost the first 2 matches of the series by 1-5 and 2-4 over the weekend. The fourth match of the series is now scheduled to take place on Friday. From hockey pitches now, let's move on to tennis courts. Star Indian tennis player Sumit Nagal's second-round clash with Denmark's Holger Rune was suspended on Wednesday due to rain. Sumit Nagal was trailing in his second-round men's singles match against Rune when rain interrupted the contest. Sumit Nagal lost the first set at 3-6 and was behind by 1-2 against 7th-seeded Holger Rune before the rain came in and the match was suspended. Rune had been dominating the match until weather interruptions. Sumit Nagal, however, entered the match on a high note, displaying excellent form in previous matches. In the first round of the main draw, Sumit Nagal stunned Italian Matteo Arnaldi with a 5-7, 6-2 and 6-4 victory. Now, this victory made Sumit Nagal the first Indian to win a main draw match at the Monte Carlo Masters. Staying on tennis, India's Rohan Bopanna and his Australian partner Matthew Ebden lost their round of 16 men's doubles match at the Monte Carlo Masters on Wednesday. Bopanna and Ebden lost to Mate Pavic of Croatia and Marcelo Arevalo of El Salvador by 3-6, 6-7 and 6-8. Rohan Bopanna and Ebden fell behind quickly in the first set and could not recover from there. The duo also struggled to find their rhythm early in the match, falling behind quickly in the first set and then failing to mount a successful comeback. Although they also showed signs of improvement in the second set, their opponents proved to be formidable, ultimately sealing the victory in the tiebreaker. Despite their efforts, Bopanna and Matthew Ebden were unable to overcome, resulting in their elimination from the tournament. Defending champion Andrei Rublev was knocked out of the Monte Carlo Masters in a 6-4, 6-4 second-round loss to Australian Alexei Popyrin. Popyrin broke in the third game of the first set, but Rublev broke to take a 3-1 lead in the second, only for the Australian hit back immediately. A further break made it 5-4 to Popyrin, and he held serve to reach the third round for the first time. Now, Russian 5th seed Rublev had received a bye into the second round. Popyrin will face fellow Australian Alexei Minor next after the 11th seed beat Touchman Talon Trixper by 2-6, 6-2 and 6-3. World number 2 Yannick Sinner, who won his first major title at the Australian Open in January, eased into the third round with a 6-1, 6-2 victory over American Sebastian Corda. Sebastian Corda won their last meeting, and now Rublev was eventually knocked out of the game. Daniel Medvedev and Casper Ruud advanced to the Monte Carlo Masters last 16 with identical straight sets victory on Wednesday. Third-seeded Russian Medvedev saw off French veteran and wildcard Gael Monfils by 6-2 and 6-4. The Russian said his victory in Rome last year has given him belief that he can win any tournament on the surface. Hard-court specialist Medvedev won his first title on clay court. Meanwhile, 8th seed Norway's Casper Ruud beat Chilean Alejandro Tubilo by the same scoreline. It was an authoritative performance from the world number 10, who will hold high hopes for a fruitful clay court stretch on arguably his best surface. Well, rain interrupted the day's play shortly afterwards, with the remaining 2 matches between Dimitrov and Kecmanovic, along with Holger Rune versus Sumit Nagal, both logged in the second set. It's now time to take a short break here on the India Sports Pass, but still to come. Liverpool's 4 key players close to full fitness, but their participation uncertain against Atlanta in Europa League quarter-final first leg match. Bayern Leverkusen coach Xabi Alonso says their focus is on European football and the visit of West Ham.
Tracks the pulse of the pole-bound southernmost Indian state of Tamil Nadu.
Voting is our responsibility.
This is a big fight between BJP and India alliance.
Will you vote?
Yeah, power of democracy. This is a huge.
BJP is trying her best, for the past 10 years under the flagship of Sri Narendra Modi Garu.
The 2024 Lok Sabha polls in Tamil Nadu are witnessing the battle royale between DMK, AIADMK and the BJP.
Opposition stuns Erdogan with historic victory in Turkish local poll. Will the defeat force Erdogan to reset his foreign policy? Will artificial intelligence enslave humans? And crypto king Sam Bankman-Fried will grow old in jail. So what lessons should we learn from his conviction? Watch Connecting the Dots to get the full picture every Friday at 8 p.m. IST on DD India.
Regional parties call the shots in the Northeast. Will local issues play high over national issues? Will Sikkim, Meghalaya and Arunachal Pradesh go with the tried and tested, or will they look for change? On the Great Indian Election, what are the issues that matter in the 3 northeastern states? On Thursday at 8:30 p.m. IST and 1500 hours GMT, only on DD India.
Welcome back after that short break. You're watching DD India Sports Pass with me, Deepika. Moving on to soccer now. Spanish club Barcelona beat French club Paris Saint-Germain by 3-2 in the first leg of their Champions League quarter-final clash. Brazil forward Rapinha scored twice to help Barcelona secure victory at Paris Saint-Germain in a lively match. Barcelona have earned their first victory in the knockout stage in 4 years. Paris Saint-Germain forward Kylian Mbappe was nowhere to be found as 5 times European champions Barcelona managed to neutralize France's captain. Barcelona's manager Xavi Hernandez commented on the extraordinary game displayed by Barcelona.
Yo también soy un barcelonista más.
One of the things I am most proud of is that we have shown strong personality in the face of difficulty, and that is very important in this competition and something we struggled with over the last few years. We did very well. All the players put in extraordinary shift tonight. That's what I am most proud of. This hasn't finished yet. We are just in the middle of the movie. Yes, it is true that we have an advantage. It is a great away win in Europe. It's a moment to be proud of, but this is not over. We have a very difficult match to play in Barcelona next Tuesday.
El equipo es muy difícil dominarle.
Meanwhile, Spanish club Atletico Madrid beat German club Borussia Dortmund in another quarter-final first leg in Spain on Wednesday night. Atletico Madrid struck twice in a dominant first half but had to survive a late fight back from Borussia Dortmund before earning a 2-1 victory. The Spaniards are looking for their first semi-final spot in 7 years. Dortmund struggled to get the ball out of their half, and another defensive error allowed Samuel Lino to double their lead in the 32nd minute. Samuel Lino will, however, miss the return leg next week after being booked.
It's very difficult to maintain the same level for 90 minutes as we did for 70 minutes. It's very complicated, and it's normal that in the Champions League you come up against an opponent that generates what they generate. That's why we are where we are. It's clear that the changes revitalized them, especially with the wings, with a lot of fresh, very quick players, and the truth is that they are very good. We know that we are going to find a team that plays well, putting fresh players on the wing with a lot of one-on-ones. But we will have spaces, and we have quick players.
Son muy buenos.
Now, although Jurgen Klopp received a big boost this week with the return of 4 key players to training, the Liverpool manager is uncertain whether they will feature in Europa League quarter-final first leg against Atlanta or not. Trent Alexander-Arnold, Diego Jota, Alisson and Stephen are all close to full fitness. But both the sides met in 2020 in the Champions League group stage when Atlanta won 2-0 at Anfield, where no spectators were present due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
Obviously, we didn't rush it with the boys. You can, but we didn't. That means they did a lot of training by themselves, like especially Diogo and Trent worked as a group since 2-3 weeks and could do really proper training. So looked very good yesterday, to be honest. Stefan is even different a little bit because he was out for much longer, but is now training with us for longer as well. So, but I think after the long spell he had without playing football, it makes sense that we might give him a game at the U21s, and then let's see how he deals with that. That's not a plan with the other 3 guys. Alisson is on the way back as well, so we have to see that. It's really, they are now back in training, and now we have to see how we involve them.
Bayer Leverkusen coach Xabi Alonso said his side is focused on the Europa League quarter-final against West Ham, momentarily putting aside their imminent charge to the Bundesliga title. Leverkusen, who have not lost in 41 matches across all competitions this season, the Alonso manager insists that their focus is on European football and the visit of West Ham. Now, West Ham have visited Bayer Leverkusen just once previously, playing a pre-season match in 2023, which they lost by 4-0.
Wir sind im Viertelfinale in this Wettbewerb.
We are in the quarter-finals of this competition and we want to progress. We still have the memory of the last semi-finals against Rome and we want to get to this phase, and for this we need to really play well and in our style, and we plan to do this. All the players are ready and we are really excited. There will be a super mood in our stadium. It is the first step, but it is an important step.
For the few morgen.
Well, Prime Minister Narendra Modi held an interesting and engaging interaction with the gaming community. A conversation like no other, featuring top Indian gamers discussing gaming, aspirations of the youth and much more with the Prime Minister, where the Prime Minister also tried his hand at a few games.
We are here for a big moment. But that moment, जब बस वो आ रहे हैं, हार्ट बीट स्टॉप हो जाने वाला मोमेंट था वो.
स्वागत है आप सबका. अच्छा होने दीजिए.
1-on-1 जब हम उनसे सामने मिले, हमें लगा ही नहीं कि हमारे एज में इतना डिफरेंस है.
मैं कलर करके बाल वाइट रखता हूँ ताकि जहाँ लोगों के लगे वो बेचो।
पीएम सर से बात करते हैं तो ऐसा ही लगता है कि हम हमारे एक फैमिली मेंबर से बात कर रहे हैं।
2019 में आई थिंक मैं बोलता हूँ कि गेमिंग काफ़ी स्पीड पकड़ी, रफ्तार पकड़ा। हमारी जो मिथोलॉजी है जो उसके अराउंड काफ़ी गेम्स डेवलप हो रहे हैं अभी।
गवर्नमेंट इज रिकॉग्नाइजिंग हमारी क्रिएटिविटी।
सब कुछ मेरे आने के बाद हुआ। क्या आपको ये फेस करना पड़ता है गेमिंग एंड गैम्बलिंग, इन दोनों की लड़ाई आपके सामने आती होगी, तब आप कैसे हैंडल करते हैं?
सर आरएमजी और स्किल बेस्ड गेमिंग को बहुत हाई टाइम हो गया कि डिफरेंशिएट करें।
और क्या लगता है लड़कियों का इसमें आना कितना संभावना बढ़ती है?
जब मैंने शुरू किया था तो मेरे पास भी 100-200 ऐसे लड़कियों के मैसेज आते हैं कि हमने आपको देख के स्टार्ट किया। हमारे इंडिया में भी लड़कियां टेक फील्ड में और गेमिंग फील्ड में आगे आ रही हैं।
ये आप पेन लीजिए।
पहले तो निकला। सर बहुत जल्दी कैचअप कर रहे थे। अगर मैं अपने पापा को भी सिखा रहा होता ना, वो फर्स्ट ट्राई में इतना ज्यादा नहीं कर पाते।
पीएम के साथ गेम खेलना आई थिंक ये वंस इन अ लाइफ वाला एक चीज हो गया जो मैं आई थिंक कभी नहीं भूल पाऊंगी।
वो पुलिस पीएम को गेमर टैग देना चाहिए। तो वो हमें क्या कहते हैं, नमो ओपी इन द चैट।
Who is the biggest influencer in India? It's our Prime Minister. मैंने उल्टा दोस्तों में फैला दिया था कि खेलो मेरे साथ।
मैं बीमार हूँ, तुम भी हो जाए।
लोग अब गेमिंग को एक अलग नजरिए से देखेंगे। I think Indian gaming peaked.
मम्मी पापा तुम्हारा बेटा मोदी जी के साथ खेल के आया है।
And that's all for this edition of TD India Sports Pass. But let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. You can connect with us on Facebook, X, formerly known as Twitter, and Instagram. We will be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I am Deepika Mehto, and from all of us here in New Delhi, thank you so much for watching DD India Sports Pass. Namaskar.